We're all looking for something more, right? A deeper meaning, a real sense of fulfillment. But what does that actually look like? Well, today, we're going to dive into this incredible spiritual idea. Think of it as a roadmap for becoming a person whose life, well, bears beautiful fruit for everyone around them.
So let's start with that big question. What really makes a life fruitful? Is it about success or money or accomplishments? This spiritual path we're exploring today suggests it's something totally different. It's an inner state that, well, it just blossoms outward.
And this leads us to this amazing central metaphor from the Quran, the idea of a goodly tree. It's just a beautiful way to think about a spiritually whole person. Picture a strong, healthy tree with its roots dug in deep and its branches reaching up to the sky, offering shade and fruit to everyone. We're going to keep coming back to this image.
So how do we take this amazing tree analogy and, apply it to ourselves? Let's actually break down the anatomy of our own spiritual being, part by part, just like we would with that tree. Okay, so this is where it all clicks. Imagine yourself as this tree. Your faith, your iman, those are the roots, deep and strong, holding you steady. And the trunk, the solid core of the tree, that's all about your actions, your amal. The leaves, well, they're like your knowledge, your ilmu, constantly taking in light and creating something new. And the best part, the whole point of the tree, the fruit, that's your character, your akhlaq. It's what you give back to the world.
So what does this fruit actually look like on a person? Well, you can see it. You can feel it. It shows up as this gentle, forgiving character. It's knowledge that actually helps people. It's a deep, unshakable patience and a real sense of gratitude for everything. I mean, you know these people, right? They just have a presence that makes you feel calm.
That all sounds amazing for sure, but how do we get there? How do we actually grow this inner tree? The path, according to this tradition, is something called tirakat, and it's all about making a journey inward.
Now, it's really important to get this right. Tirakat isn't just about toughing it out, like fasting for days or staying up all night. At its heart, it's a kind of deep spiritual training, a journey inside yourself to find one single essential truth about who you are. And this inner work, this journey, it's not just wandering around aimlessly. It has a destination. It's designed to bring you to this profound aha moment, a shift in how you see everything that literally changes the game. And that's what we're getting to right now.
And here we are. This is really the peak of the whole journey. It's about facing that one thing we protect the most, our ego. It's about discovering the incredible secret behind the words, I am not.
But first, let's be super clear on what we mean by the I, or the ego. We're not talking about your personality, or your name, or what you like to do. We're talking about that gut feeling that you are the center of your own universe. That sense that you own your thoughts, you're the source of your own power. I do not exist. Whoa, that's a heavy statement, isn't it? But in this spiritual path, that is the ultimate breakthrough. This is the moment the ego just dissolves. It's the realization that the I we've been holding on to so tightly isn't the real source of our power or even our existence.
There's a verse in the Quran that says it perfectly. Everything will perish except his face. The whole idea is that our little sense of self, our ego, it's temporary. It's going to fade. The only thing that's truly real, the only thing that lasts forever, is the divine reality. Now, this is a super important point. This journey is not about your physical self disappearing. Your body, your name, your job, your family, all that continues. What disappears is the ego self. It's that illusion that you are some independent source of power. You're still here, but that little I is no longer driving the bus.
So how on earth do we practice something so huge in our day-to-day lives? Well, it's not just a big idea you think about once. It's a practice. And the main training ground for this disappearing act is the daily ritual prayer, or slaw. If you look at it this way, prayer becomes this complete spiritual workout. You start with the takbir, raising your hands like you're literally setting the world and your ego to the side. Then you bow and rukuk, physically humbling yourself. Then you go into sujud, prostration, putting your head, the very home of the ego, on the ground. That's the peak moment of letting go. And finally, with the salam, you come back to the world, but hopefully you're a little different, a little more aware. This famous saying just nails it. The goal of prayer is to get to this state of constant presence, where your own self-consciousness just melts away because all your focus is on something so much bigger. That's the real core of the practice.
So what's the point of all this? Why go through this whole process of letting the ego dissolve? Well, This final part explains the absolutely beautiful result of that transformation. You become a source of pure benefit for everyone else.
And this is the punchline. The goal isn't just to disappear into nothing. It's to get your ego out of the way so you can become a clear channel, a pure vessel for goodness and compassion and grace to flow through you into the world without being twisted by your own personal agenda or pride.
And these are the fruits of that state. A person who has realized I do not exist finds this incredible inner peace because they're not attached to how things turn out. Their actions become totally sincere, done for a higher purpose, not for what they can get out of it. They become so gentle with everyone, and they stop needing anything back for their kindness.
You know, this is the real inheritance of the prophets. It's not about memorizing words from a book. It's about inheriting their spiritual state, their very presence. To be a true heir means you embody that same selflessness, that same quality of being a clear channel for wisdom and mercy to flow into the world.
And just like that, we're right back where we started, thinking about that fruit-bearing tree. So if our whole life is about growing strong and sharing something good with the world, it really leaves you with one big question, doesn't it? What kind of fruit are you going to leave behind?